Hey you guys, Destiny here, back with another video. Can we just take a second and admire this wall here? Like, I've been wanting to do this for the longest time, and I finally have the space to do it. I'm here in like my little office slash creative studio slash crafting studio. So I'm just getting it all together. And I said, once I get the wall, the ideas will come. So love my new wall. I hope you guys like it. I found a bunch of tutorials on YouTube. You can totally do this. Anyway, wanted to just kind of tell you guys all about my day and why I am not in my Redfin gear. I actually just got back from the gym, threw on a little vest so I could look camera ready and decent. But I had two appointments today. One was new construction, and then the client ended up canceling. The new construction one ended up canceling as well. Wanted to talk a little bit about new construction. So when I first started taking on new construction tours, I really didn't know how I could add value to it. You had the sales rep there, you had a perfect home. They could answer every question that I probably wouldn't know the answer to. So I was always like kind of standing in the background, not really knowing what to do. First of all, when I get a new construction tour, here in the Carolinas, the AA is required to book those new construction tours. So we have to reach out to the sales rep, coordinate the appointment and everything. The first thing that I do when I get a new construction tour is I'm immediately contacting the sales rep or the internet sales rep to see if the home even exists. I don't know why MLS does this, and it's also on our website as well. It will show like a representative photo of a home. It never says, hey, we have not even broke ground on this. So people will take up lots of time on your calendar for homes that don't even exist. So it's very important that as soon as you see a new construction home that you immediately start the process of verifying that the home even exists. And then in more recent times with COVID, a lot of the offices have gone over to appointment only. So it's not like back in the day where you could just walk into the sales office and take a tour of the model. Now you have to have an appointment. You have to verify that the home even exists. You have to verify that they are still building that floor plan. And you have to verify that they are not sold out because the MLS website will not give you any of that information. So let's jump into how you can add value as a touring agent accompanying a potential buyer to new construction. First of all, you want to find out the customer's timeline. So if they are looking at a home that isn't going to be, the lots aren't going to be released until next year, 2023, you want to make sure that you're communicating that because they'll see homes under construction and immediately think that they have access to those homes. Meanwhile, those homes have already been accounted for. There's a 100+ person wait list. Second of all, you want to see if these homes are spec homes. A lot of these builders, because it's so hard to get building materials, they are going ahead and they are picking out finishes, they're picking out lots, they're picking out directions that the home is going to be facing, and as well as home features. So a lot of what they are getting is not a custom home, they're getting a new construction home where the builder has already picked out all of the finishes for them. So if it's important to the customer to be able to have a hand in what tile and the layout and options, structural options, things like that, you want to make sure that you're communicating what phase of the building process the builder is in and also what they're offering. Next up, one of the questions I always like to ask, even though as of lately, just because of the crazy market, I usually get hit with like a no. I always ask if they're offering any sort of builder incentive at the moment. I ask if they have a preferred lender that will give some sort of lender credit or something for using them as their financing institution. I ask if they can throw in any appliances, any window coverings, any freebies that they can possibly offer. I know one thing that I didn't think to ask when we were building our home that my amazing friend and real estate agent, Jillian, I'll just shout her out. Jillian, she's the team manager here in the Carolinas. One thing that she thought to ask that I would have never thought to ask is a discount on our lot premium. So it was like a $7,000 lot premium. And somehow, I don't even know what she did other than simply just ask the question that nobody else was willing to ask. But she got us 50% off. So it went from $7,000 to $3,500 for our lot premium. So we were able to save money at the closing table by our realtor just simply asking those questions. Next up, you want to ask about waitlist. So I personally quickly learned that a lot of these communities, even though it looks like there's a lot going on, there's a lot of lots opening up and things like that, a lot of times there is a lengthy wait list. So you always want to ask about a wait list. You always want to ask about the prerequisites for getting on the wait list. If they want you to be pre-approved, a lot of them want you to be pre-approved through their lender. A lot of them want you to leave some sort of deposit or check. So you always want to get those details so that you can, inform your client to, have your credit and everything already in order so that when you're ready to jump on the wait list, then you'll qualify to do so. Another really good tip in how you can add value as an associate agent accompanying a customer or a buyer to a new construction sales office is you always want to register that customer. You always want to register them under the lead agent's name so that, should they go under contract, then, the sales agent or the seller has a way of tying in the lead agent into the contract or whatever so that they can get, credit for ultimately their client purchasing a new home from them. This is a step that's oftentimes overlooked. I noticed that a lot of the sales offices I go to, they don't volunteer to be like, oh, hey, register your customer since you're here touring them. I always have to typically ask, like, where should I go to put down their lead informations, their lead contact information, so that they are officially registered under their name. Another big way that you can add value to your new construction home visit with the buyer is to get out and walk the lot. So a lot of times they'll just hand you a map. They'll say, oh, the house is going to be here, or this lot can fit this type of floor plan. Well, if space and lot size or lot direction is important to the customer, you want to make sure that you are either having them follow you over to the lot so that they can see which way it's facing. If there's a huge dip off in the backyard, which will make the backyard not functional. A lot of times these subdivisions are like 0.17 to, like 0.19 of an acre. So they are really small postage stamped, lots. You want to see how far away their neighbors would be from them. I know the minimum space between homes now is only 10 feet. So if that is a big deal to your customer, you want to make sure you're taking that extra step and asking those questions and even getting out and riding over to the lot. Also, to add to that, while you're in the car and while you have that site map in your hand, go ahead and take them to the amenities. A lot of times, customers don't get a full-blown tour just because of how busy the sales offices are, and they work on an appointment basis. By the time you walk through the model and you get the whole presentation and the floor plan layout, a lot of times you just don't get the grand tour of the amenities that a lot of times they're paying for by way of HOA. So a great way to jazz up a new construction tour is to, if time permits, because sometimes they will run over in the sales office. So if time permits, go ahead and check out the lot with the customer and then head on over to the amenities so that they can really, kind of get that cherry on top with their tour experience. Last but not least, build rapport with the sales team. This is so important. You know, a lot of times we'll just go in and kind of go through the motions, leave a card behind, not really leave any impression on the sales team, but you want to get to know them. They have the inside scoop. You know, if a lot opens up or a deal falls through or something like that, or a lot of times with the hundreds and thousands of Redfin customers that use our site every day, there's a good chance that you are going to tour the same new construction community a couple of dozen times. It helps that they know your name, they know your face, and they know that you are, you know, top tier, going to give a great experience and also make their job a little easier because you know the community or you know the ins and outs of what is coming, what's to be expected. So those are just my quick tips and ways that you can add value while accompanying a buyer to a new construction or a sales office for new construction community. Always kind of, I know it's easier said than done, but just have that air and that confidence and that, you know, like that servant leadership air about you. Like you are just looking for ways to add value to all sides, whether it's the, you know, the sales rep or the customer. Like you are just there to constantly add value. And I guarantee you'll be a new construction touring guru in no time. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I have so many great topics that I'm finally in the space where I can like write them down and bring them and present them to you guys. So I'm so very excited for the content that's to come. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in and watching my videos. I love to see you guys' comments. I know I write like a novel in response to the comments, but you guys ask such great questions and have such great points, so I can't help myself. But I will try to like scale it back. Anything, any comments or questions that are like novel worthy of writing, I'll just try to do a quick video on it. So as always, peace.